Hi Flosstube, I'm Annie and I am the Proper Stitcher and welcome to episode 125. If this is your first time joining me, I am so glad you stopped by today. This is a channel where I like to talk about cross stitch and hopefully give you inspiration to fully finish your projects. And if you're returning, thank you so much for your continued support, all of your wonderful comments you send my way. I appreciate each and every one of you. So welcome back everyone. I hope you all are having a wonderful start to your summer. Today is the first official day of summer and it really is hot. So hopefully you are indoors, comfortable, cross-stitching, watching something fun on TV, just relaxing or listening to a favorite book while you stitch or watching Flosstube because it is so hot outside. I hope you've had a great couple of weeks. I have been doing some travel. I went to StitchCon Weekend A, which is a cross-stitch retreat in Cincinnati, Ohio. It is hosted by Keepsakes. I'm going to share all those details with you in this episode. And then following that, I went with Tristan to his college, his freshman orientation at the school he will be attending in the fall. And that was a fun trip. Just the two of us went on. It was a long trip, a quick trip, but it was so much fun to see where he will be going to school. I have not visited the school before. He went on the tour with Matthew in the spring, so it was nice to go there with him. I just can't believe it's coming up so fast. Tristan actually leaves this Saturday. He'll be gone for a month. He will be working at a Young Life camp and will be gone a whole month. So I think that trip while he's gone, I think it's going to be good for me to get used to him not being here because I think it's going to be a little bit difficult for me to send him off to school. But Gray will come home for about half of a week in the month of July. We're looking forward to seeing her. She's not home this summer. She's working in her college admissions office with an internship. So looking forward to seeing her this summer. So I hope that you all are just enjoying your time with your family. In this episode, I have not a lot of haul, but I did get one thing I want to share with you from StitchCon. I do have some whips I want to share with you, some Etsy shop announcements, and giveaways. So like I always say, grab a pen and paper, grab your favorite beverage, and grab your cross stitching, and let's get started. So let's first talk about StitchCon. I have been trying to put into words or think about what I wanted to say about StitchCon because it's a lot to take in and it's a lot to share. And I've been before, but this was my second time going, a completely different experience than the first time. So it's just really hard to put into words, but I'm going to do the best that I can because it was an amazing, amazing retreat. So StitchCon is an event hosted by a needlework store in Cincinnati, Ohio. It's Keepsakes. Keepsakes is owned by Barbara Hills, and she has been hosting this event for, I believe, 7 years, maybe 6 years now. And she does not pull it off on her own. She will tell you, and you will see that she has an amazing team. She has so many employees. Her family gets involved. She just has a huge support system to pull off one of the, if not the biggest cross-stitch events of the year. And she does it year after year, and it gets better and better every year. This was only the second time I've attended, but I didn't go last year. I went the year before, so I can even see a big difference between 2 years since I've been. So it is just an amazing accomplishment to host a retreat, but yet to have one for 300 people 2 weekends in a row, and to make both weekends extra special and make everyone feel like the most important person there is an amazing accomplishment. Barbara is so kind and so generous and so gracious, and her staff and team, they're all amazing. And it's an event of 300 people. And it doesn't feel like it's that big. It feels like you are in a room with all of your best friends, and we all have different things going on. Now, I know 300 people sounds like a lot, but 300 people are never in there at the same time. So it doesn't feel overwhelming. It's a huge room. It's not loud. But what I found interesting is that Barbara and her team have a way of making each and every person attending feel special. And that's hard to do. That's hard to do with 300 people. And I'm just blown away at how they can pull off such a big event. So it's just a wonderful time. Again, it's hard to even know where to begin. So I got there on Thursday morning, and I was meeting up with my friend Chrissy, finally a farm girl, and all of her friends from Florida. My good friend Judy Whitman, I was meeting up with her. She was my roommate. She graciously shared her room with me, and I just loved having her as a table mate and a roommate. And then we also had at our table a lady named AJ and Terry, and that was my first time meeting those two ladies. And it was just a beautiful table, a wonderful table. I had so much fun. So I got there, and you check in, and when you get there, you're greeted by Stephanie. She's the one checking you in. You get your bag, a beautiful bag with a very large bag, perfect for a long weekend. Every year the bag is different, or whatever you get is different, but it had paper and pen, it had a notebook, it had a floss ring in it. It just had all these goodies inside of it. And then you go and you find where you want to sit. If you already have prearranged places to sit with friends. In my case, my friends were already there, so I was able to join them. Or you can pick from a room full of tables and people, and everyone was already just in full-blown let's have a good time mode. I got there at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It was just a fun afternoon at StitchCon. So the event is on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and it lasts all weekend. And I just enjoy. They have an annex. They have which is their shop that they open up. That opened up on Thursday night. So much shopping. They have a Stitchy bus that can transport you to and from the Keepsakes brick and mortar store if you want to ride the Stitchy bus. Lots of people from all over the world. There were people there from every state, from Canada, from the UK, from Dubai, and it was just amazing to see. I love that. Stephanie and Pam does a roll call at the beginning of the opening night, and she announces where everyone is from, and I love hearing where everyone's from, how many people are from each state, and so on. It's just so much fun to see how much this hobby, how far it stretches out and how much it affects everybody. It was just such a wonderful night. So what you do is you walk around, you talk to people. I got to meet so many people from so many different places. It's just fun connecting with people and hearing their stories and hearing their journey. And I learned how to do a pin stitch. I learned how to do some other stitches that I've never done before. It was just a wonderful weekend. I cannot give every detail because it was just jam-packed full all weekend long. The annex did open on, I think it was Thursday night, or it may have been Friday morning. So Thursday night, you can have a sneak peek of the annex. And I did have a trunk show there. My trunk show, it has not returned yet. Hopefully it'll be here soon. I know that they just had an amazing trunk show. But one thing that I did get, and I didn't get it in person, my friend Jen got in line and got these for us because we knew that at 8 a.m. when the shop opened, they would go very quickly. So this is my splurge of the weekend, and it was this giant tomato. And this tomato is heavy, like it could break a window. I think it must be at least maybe 3 pounds. I don't know. I guess I could weigh it. But it is such an adorable giant tomato. They did have a few of these in the Keepsake store. I don't know if they still do. I don't know who made them. All I know is I got one and I was so happy to get it. They even have pumpkins. So if you are wanting a giant tomato that is literally the size of your face, you can call Keepsakes. Maybe they still have these. If not, maybe they can get you in touch with the person who made them. I just do not know, but I was just in awe at the size of this tomato. And I love it. And it's going to have a beautifully beautiful placement on my bookshelf. I just love it, absolutely do. So that was my big purchase of the weekend. I got some fabric that I have shared with other people, and some gifts that I've purchased for other people, model stitchers and things like that, that I just wanted to share. But I didn't get a lot of haul while I was there. I got some silk floss and some fabric and my tomato, and that was it. I didn't need anything else, and it was just, oh, and a needle minder. I got a needle minder too. So it was a great weekend. I left Saturday night because I had to leave Sunday for the orientation. So I missed the closing ceremony, but I do know that it was very special. Barbara always selects a local charity, and the whole weekend is themed around raising money for this charity, and this one was very, very special. It's Barbara's story, it's Barbara's project. I would rather you get the details from her Instagram page and her shop, but it was amazing to see everyone chip in and really make a big impact for this local charity. So that is pretty much StitchCon in a nutshell. I'm going to insert the photos from the weekend here so that you can get a little bit of an idea of how the weekend was. It was just so fun to be with so many happy people. But I'm going to insert the photos. I didn't take many photos with my camera. Most of these photos were shared with me. You know how it is when you have a group of people wanting to take pictures, and I didn't want to also include one more phone into that. So I just counted on people to share their photos with me. So enjoy these pictures. When we come back, I'm going to give you an Etsy shop update. So as you can see, so many happy people, so many smiling faces. It was just a wonderful weekend. I hope I can attend next year. It's one of my favorite events of the year. Again, for it to be such a big event, it just felt so quaint and cozy and wonderful, and I loved every minute of it. So thank you Keepsakes, thank you Barbara, thank you Barbara's team, thank you everyone involved, and thank you to all of the people who came up and talked to me and who just really made the weekend special, and my teammates and my table mates. Thank you so much. I had a great time. So my Etsy shop, excuse me, my allergies have also been bothering me. My Etsy shop is now updated with all of my summer releases. Those models are still at Keepsakes. They will be coming back home soon. So I shared those with you in my last episode. All of my new releases are now in my Etsy shop. So we've got Sew You, we have Patriotic Ewe, we have Patriotic Quaker 1776, Summer Sampler, and Margaret Kendal 1820. Those are all in my Etsy shop, and the link is below. I do have a new release coming out on July the 1st, which is actually, I just realized July the 1st is my 1-year anniversary of when I released my very first patterns. So we are quickly approaching my 1-year anniversary of being a designer. It's just so crazy for me to say that out loud. But on July the 1st, Sweet Friendships will be available in your shops. I am currently taking pre-orders from the needlework stores. I have sent them a newsletter that gives them all the details about Sweet Friendships, how to order it, how to contact me. And if you would like to order this, you are welcome to reach out to your needlework store and ask them to email me at theproperstitcher@gmail.com to place their order, and I will ship this to them, and they will have it in their store by July the 1st. So this is Sweet Friendships. I've given you all the details before, but I just wanted to share it with you. It says, Sweet Friendships refreshes the soul and awakens our hearts with joy. And this one is, I don't have the pattern in front of me, but it's 99 by 99 stitch count. And it's stitched with all DMC threads. And it was originally designed as an exclusive chart for the Fanciful Flamingos My Favorite Things subscription box. So July the 1st is when it can be available to all of those of you who did not order the box. So reach out to your shops, have them reach out to me, and I will be happy to fill an order for you and ship it to them. So Sweet Friendships, and I will list all of the information on Sweet Friendships below, all the stitch count, all those things. You can also get information about the pattern from my last 2 episodes and on my social media pages. So you can go to either Instagram or my Facebook page and check those out. So those are the updates for my shop for Sweet Friendships. When we come back, I'm going to show you my whips. So as you can see, StitchCon is such an amazing event. It is such a special place, and I just enjoyed it. Thank you so much to Barbara, to Keepsakes, to all of her employees, to all of her helpers, everyone there, all of the attendees. I just had a wonderful time, such a positive experience, so many uplifting people, and everyone who came up to share your story, to talk to me about your stitching journey, all of those wonderful things. Thank you so much for taking the time to do that. I really enjoyed getting to meet many of you, and I can't wait to go back next year. I hope it's something that I am able to do. So let's go into my whips. So I actually, when I was pulling my whips to share with you, I was thinking before I started gathering them, I'm probably not going to have very much to show, but I'm actually pleased. I do have a few things to share with you, but none of them are ironed. So my iron that I keep up in my stitching room broke, and I knew that if I had gone downstairs to iron these, this video probably would have been delayed another day. So let's go into my whips that I have been working on over the last few weeks. So many of you may remember that I started the 12 Days of Christmas stockings, and I am doing these with Alicia, the Fanciful Flamingo, and Jen Nasca. We decided to do a little stitch along. It's never too late to join. You are welcome to grab your book, or grab the patterns, get all your DMC floss, and join us. I finished number 1, A Partridge in a Pear Tree. And I loved stitching this. The colors that Annie B's selected, that I forgot to mention that. This is the 12 Days of Christmas Stockings by Annie B's. And I am stitching it just like they did, like Annie did. I believe, I don't remember, but I think one of her daughters stitched the models. Maybe it was Belle. But I am stitching this on the 14 count Aida, black Aida. And I'm using all the called for DMC colors, and I'm using 2 strands of floss. So it is so much fun to stitch. I finished the first one, and I am actually going to attempt to finish it into a stocking. I'm going to wait and get a few of these done. Maybe I'll do a video of me finishing it. I don't know. I've never finished anything into a stocking before. I'm excited. I love anything 12 Days of Christmas, and I could not wait. I knew when I saw this pattern that I had to have it and had to do it. Oh, let me show you up close. All I have left to do is to add some beads right here, and then add beads on the little red flowers on the bird. So pretty. I love these. So I am going to get the chenille Lady Dot Create Snow Chenille, and I'm going to get probably the red velveteen velveteen from Lady Dot Creates too. I believe the color is maybe chili or sizzle. It's sizzle. Sizzle is the red color. But I love this book. Very nice book. All the DMC colors are listed for you here. This is what you need for the entire booklet. And I am going to stitch these in order. I just need to get some more of the black Aida. I have not stitched on Aida in a long time, so this was a lot of fun to stitch on. You don't have to stitch it on black. You can stitch it on any color fabric that you want, but I really loved seeing all of the stockings of her models on the black fabric. It was just so stunning with these rich colors, the DMC colors. So it's not too late to join us. If you want, grab the book, grab all the DMC floss, grab your favorite fabric that you want to use, and these are super quick to stitch. Probably a couple of evenings you can have one done, maybe 3 nights. It's just so quick and easy. I love them. So that is the 12 Days of Christmas Stockings by Annie B's. And I do not have all of my DMC floss on pretty floss rings. I just have them thrown in the bag. So you will not be seeing the DMC from me for a while. Maybe I'll get them on a floss drops. I don't know. So I usually like to start a new design or start stitching on a new pattern when I am at a retreat. And I thought, oh, I'm going to take something that's easy, either fill-in work or something easy to stitch. So I was silly to think that I would even have time to stitch it all because I never picked this up the whole time I was there. But I took with me Plum Street Samplers 100 Ways. And this one is an older pattern. It's from 2018, but I've had it in my stash a long time. It says, I suppose there may be 100 different ways of being in love. And that is a Jane Austen quote. And I thought this would be a beautiful piece to have in my house. I love the pinks. I love the colors. So I decided to start that, but I did not start it while I was at StitchCon. And this is all that I have done. And I started just in the center, and that's as far as I got. I started with the top row of the words, and I'm using 2 strands of floss over 2. So I'm stitching this on 32 count, Milk and Honey by Fiber on a Whim. And I'm using all the called for colors. But I just love this. I love this pattern. I love anything by Plum Street. So that one is going to be one that I'll work on quite a bit. Another pattern that I worked on, let me find my book. And I don't know what I did with it. Well, I've worked on the Plum Street Samplers, My Heart Can Rest, but I don't know where I put the book. Oh, here it is. Excuse me while I get it all together. Okay. My Heart Can Rest by Blackbird Designs. This was an anniversary start from last year. So I really want to make some progress on this. So here's my little progress over the last few weeks, but hopefully I will be able to work on this a little bit more. I've been stitching more in the evenings, so this will be a good one to work on. So this one's being stitched on 36 count American Chestnut. I'm using all the called for floss. I'm using 1 strand of floss over 2. but I think I worked on this since I last showed it to you, and this flower down here. I love these colors. They're very, very timeless, very, very subtle, very soft colors. I just really, really have enjoyed this so much. But it's called My Heart Can Rest by Blackbird Designs, and this is the antique sampler that was the inspiration for the pattern. I also have been working on Be Kind, Be True by Hello from Liz Matthews. I started this one a few years ago and I put it down and completely forgot about it. So when I was getting things ready for StitchCon, I found it and I thought, oh, I really want to work on this some more. So this is Be Kind, Be True. I am stitching this on, and this is on, I chose a very small fabric. I think this is either 36 or 40 count. This is 36, nope, it's 40 count. This is 40 count. I think it is Shrekie's Tan. And no, it's not Shrekie's Tan. It's Freeze. It's Atomic Ranch Freeze. And this is such a fun little project. Let me show you the front cover again so you can see. So I am right now here in the center. Here it is again. This is all DMC floss, this whole chart. So I'm using 1 strand of floss over 2. And it's such an easy stitch. I really have enjoyed it. And the model is stitched on, 36 count. So she stitched it on 36 count beige from Weeks Dye Works. And I'm stitching it on 40 count. Would you like me to show it to you right side up? It is such a sweet little pattern. So, Be Kind, Be True by Hello from Liz Matthews. And then my next whip is, I shared with y'all a few months ago. This is from a kit that I had of Chessie and Me, and it's American Coast. So this is the tiny little piece. And how these Chessie and Me kits work, it comes in like a little bag and it has a little piece of fabric and the silk floss. It's Gloriana silk floss, and it's just kind of tied up and neatly put in the bag, folded with the pattern and some directions. Well, you can still get this pattern. You just have to kind of search online. I don't know who has it. I know that I did a quick Google search and it came up on some Etsy shops and some online shops. But this is American Coast by Chessie and Me. And let me see if it has a date on the pattern, because it's been a few years since I had it, since I purchased it. I do not see a year on here, but I'm sure you can find it, or you can find one like it. But this is my progress, and I did switch the fabric because it was such a tiny piece of fabric. I needed something bigger so it would fit in my hoop, and so I chose 36 count Shrekie's Tan by Needle Bling Designs, and I am using 1 strand of floss over 2 threads, and you can see that that is the size of it. It is just a tiny little piece, a small little patriotic pattern. I'm using 1 strand of floss over 2. And then last but not least, my last whip is, I think I've worked on this, is Tom's Foolery by Hands Across the Sea. And this one is, it's a lot. It's a lot of color, but it is so much fun. I love the color. And I really think what I'm going to do next is jump from the border. I'm currently working on the border. I think I'm going to go right into this. I think that looks like such a fun motif. But I just worked on the border some more. So you can see that I am just filling in those squares. So Tom's Foolery, I am using the called for floss, which is silk floss, and I'm using 38 count Brewer's Malt fabric. And this I got as a kit from Hoop and Frame. So you can buy the PDF on the Hands Across the Sea website, and then you can go to Hoop and Frame or the Attic and have it kitted up for you. But that is what I've been working on, is the border. I love this fabric. It's a nice sturdy fabric, but it still feels very delicate. And it is, again, it's Brewer's Malt, 38 count Brewer's Malt. So those are all of my whips. I've been working on getting some model stitching going and getting some things ready for the fall. I'm so excited about some of these patterns coming to you for the fall. Thank you all so much for the exciting reception of all of my summer patterns. As I said, they are now available on my Etsy shop, so you can go and get those if you have not had a chance to get them from your store, or you can contact your needlework store and have them kit it for you. They will gladly pull the fabric and floss for you and ship it to you, and you will have everything you need to get started. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we are going to go over the giveaway winners from 2 episodes ago. So the 2 episodes ago, I guess that was episode 123, I asked you all to share with me some of your favorite floss tubers that you like to watch. I enjoyed meeting so many floss tubers at StitchCon. Some of them were new to me. Some of them I've known and watched, and I was so excited to meet them in person. That was the other beauty of going to StitchCon. You can meet floss tubers. So that's what StitchCon, how it got started. It was an opportunity for floss tubers to meet fans, people who like to watch floss tube. And so it was a lot of fun to meet so many new floss tubers. And I just love how every week I see a new floss tuber come on. And I just love that, because the more floss tubers we have, the more people we have sharing their joy and their excitement for cross stitching, the more excited we are for stitching and finding projects. And it's something for everyone. If you find one floss tuber, you maybe don't stitch what they are stitching, but you love to hear their process and you love to hear what they're working on, or you may find out about another floss tuber through them. So it's just such a beautiful community that we have, and I just enjoyed being amongst everyone there. It was so much fun. So let's go over the winners from that week. I said that I would pick 10 winners to win a PDF pattern of their choice from my Etsy shop. So here we go. Here are the winners from 2 times ago. We have Kathleen, Kathleen, Love, 649. Laura, Laur, Zuniga, Zuniga, 184. Joy Dillow, Joydillow, 2041. Susan McCoy, so SUSANMCCOY, 1992. Caroline Carlson, 8181. Lynn Ellis, 2448. Valerie Smith, 6423. Jilly Bean L, 66. Joanne, Joann, McKendry, McKendry, 3796. And Jody, HODAG. So if I called your name, I'm sorry if I'm mispronounced it. If I called your name, please email me at theproperstitcher@gmail.com. Tell me your name. If it does not match the name, that is your YouTube handle. So tell me your name and which of my PDF patterns you would like for me to attach in my response. So to enter to win, I haven't done this in a few weeks. To enter to win, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel, like the video, and comment below answering the question. And the next episode, I will announce the winners. So we're going to do the same this time. We're going to do 10 PDF, 10 people will win a PDF pattern of their choice. So the question this week I would like to ask you is, what do you have plans for the 4th of July? We have the 4th of July coming up here in a few weeks, and I cannot believe that we are getting closer to July. So I will, of course, see you before the 4th of July, but tell me, what are your plans? Gray will be home for the 4th of July. My neighborhood does a huge fireworks show. We are so excited to watch that. They're doing the fireworks a little bit earlier this year, so not on the 4th, but on the 1st. And I'm looking forward to that. So we usually spread our celebration out the entire week. So yes, share with me your plans for the 4th or for the summer. Share any of that with me. And then, if, like I said, if I called your name, email me and I will respond with the PDF of your choice. So as always, I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope you get some stitching time in, and I hope that I hope to hear from you all. Don't hesitate to email me if you have any questions, and I look forward to seeing you soon.